Class 10. In previous video, I discussed the important basic concept and the important questions of the NCERT, and this video we will watch the explanation of the basic concept and the related 1 mark question. So let us start. So the first basic term is equally likely. I think most of you have watched the Sholay movie. In that movie, the best friends Jay and Viru, they use the tossing of coin. Why? Because we assume the coin the fair way to take the any judgment, because that coin contain the head and tail of the same size, and most of the matches we are using the tossing of the coin to take the fair judgment. So that is why these outcomes are considered as equally likely. These are considered as equally likely. In the same way, dice. We are throwing a dice, but there are equal chances of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equal chances. So whenever we are throwing a dice, we may get the 1, we may get the 2. So there are no repetition of 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6. So there are equal possibility. There is an equal possibility of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these outcomes are also equally likely. Equally means the equal chance. We are getting the equal chance. Okay, student. Now let us see which one cannot be equally likely, because all experiments are not equally likely outcomes. So let us consider the 10 red balls and 7 pink balls in a box. Okay, student, there are 10 red ball and 7 pink ball in a box. If we select randomly, so what happened? There are the more chances of the red balls, but the less chances of the 7 balls. So these outcomes, red ball and pink balls, are not equally likely. And some questions of the equally likely basic concept may be asked from the real life experience, like a test attempt by the students. The test contains the true and false option only. So either the answer will be false or true, nothing the third option. So that is the equal chances of the true or false. So true false outcomes are also equally likely. Now student, let us see the sum of the probabilities. What is the meaning of sum of the probabilities? Why it is 1? Let us see in the same question, probability of the red ball. Probability of the red ball, the favorable outcomes are 10 and the total outcomes are 10 plus 7, 17. And probability of the pink ball, that is 7 upon 17. So the total probability of the red ball plus probability of the pink ball will be 10 upon 17 plus 7 upon 17 will be 17 upon 17. So answer will be 1. Now in other words, we can write the probability of the red ball plus probability of not red ball. Listen student, what we are writing, probability of the red ball, probability of pink ball. Instead of the probability of pink ball, we are writing probability of not red ball is equal to 1. In general, that is the important equation, probability of the event plus probability of the not event. Not event means E bar is equal to 1. E bar means just opposite of this one. This is the event. This is our event. Favorable event is red. Now that is not our event. Not our event means that is a pink, other color. So instead of writing not red, we are using probability of the E bar is equal to 1. This is the general equation you have to remember, and also you have to remember probability of E bar is equal to 1 minus probability of event. This is very useful when you will find out only the probability of event. No need to find this one separately. Simply you will do one thing, you will subtract from this one. Suppose you calculated the probability of the red ball. Probability of the red ball you calculated, that is 10 upon 17. So directly you can write the probability of the pink ball is equal to 1 minus 10 upon 17. So that will be 17 minus 10, 7 upon 17. So So this is very useful equation. You have to learn this one. Remember this one. Now our next important term is impossible event. What is the meaning of impossible event, student? Impossible event means the probability of event that impossible to occur. Okay, so let us see the example. Probability of event in a dice greater than 6. Probability of the event means probability of that number which is greater than 6. There is no such number, so we will write 0 upon 6 because total numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Greater than 6, no number is greater than 6. So it will be 0 upon 6. So answer is 0. So impossible event numerical value is 0. The next important basic term is sure event. Sure event means the probability of event that's sure to occur. The probability of event that's sure to occur. For example, probability of event the number less than 7. The probability of number less than 7. So what will be the favorable outcome? 1 is less than 7, 2 is less than 7, 3 is less than 7, 4 is less than 7, 5, 6. All are means 6 favorable outcome upon total outcomes are 6. So answer will be 1. Because all numbers are less than 7. So there are favorable outcomes 6. So 6 upon 6, 1. So listen student, very important point. In a sure event, the favorable outcome and total outcome will be same. And the numerical value will be always 1. Now listen, we can conclude students, the probability of event can be 0 because impossible event. And the probability of event can be 1, sure event. And probability of event can be less than 1 because in most of the cases we saw less than 1 the probability. For example, the probability of even number in a throwing of the dice, even number in throwing a dice, so even numbers are 3 upon 6, 1 by 2. Probability of the prime number in a dice, so if we say the probability of the prime number, so prime numbers are 2, 3, 5. So there are 3 prime number, 3 upon 6, again 1 by 2. So most of the cases the probability will be less than 1. Probability can be 0, can be equal to 1. So is it possible the probability of the greater than 1? Is it possible? See, this is not possible. Greater than, because favorable outcome will always less than the total outcomes. Listen, pay attention student, probability of the event cannot be greater than 1 because the reason is what? The favorable outcome in the numerator always less than the total outcomes. So with this we can conclude the very important equation. Listen student, probability of the event can be greater than 0, equal to, this is a symbol of greater than 0 or equal to 0, probability of event equal to 1 or less than 1. By this conclusion we sort out this very important equation. You have to remember this one, probability of event greater than or equal to 0, probability of event less than or equal to 1. The question may be asked, 1 mark question may be asked based on this concept. Now student, let us see the conceptual 1 mark question I prepared for you based on these basic concepts. Now class 10th, let us see the 1 mark conceptual question based on the basic concept. First question, which one has not equally likely outcomes? A option, test with the true false options. B, a baby born boy or girl. C, throwing a dice once. D, shooter attempt to hit a target. Second question, if P denote the probability of random event E, then A option, P is greater than 1. B option, P is less than 0. C option, PE greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to 1. D option, P is greater than or equal to -1 and less than or equal to 1. Third question, which of the following cannot be probability of event? Cannot be. Okay, pay attention. So A option 1 by 2, B option 0.3, C 5% and D option 15 upon 13. And question 4th, see the question 4th, if PE is equal to 0.7, If PE is equal to 0.7, then PE bar will be A option 0.2, B option 0.3, C option 0.6, D option is 1. Okay, student. So you try these questions. If any doubt, you write in the comment box. And in the next video, students, we will see some important question, 3 marks or 4 marks of probability.